You always want to blame other people. You always want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
What's good, everyone? It's your boy Patrick. I'm starting this video kind of later in the day. I'm literally have my pre-workout in my hand right now, about to head to the gym to hit a nasty pull session. I'm honestly starting to think that pull is becoming my favorite workout of the day. I feel like since I made a transition from like training how I used to like kind of using the TikTok scientist way of training, where like I'm using D handles on everything, using a neutral grip for everything, figuring out how to actually use my lats on exercises that I want to use my lats for. I feel like the mind muscle connection has literally gotten insane with me and my back. Now I probably should say that push is my favorite just because like push is just hype and I actually need to grow my chest, but it's just pull has honestly taken over. Just because of the way that I've switched up my training and the way that I'm able to engage my lats now. I just have such a fun time doing my pull workouts and, training so hard and really feeling the exact musculature that I want to work while I'm doing each exercise. So I think that just makes it so much more enjoyable. But as you can tell, my mood, I'm literally hyped before even taking this pre-workout. One, because of it's a pull day and that's one of my favorite days. And also we've just got news that the gyms should be opening up here in 1 week's time. So I'm recording this video on Wednesday and the gyms were meant to open next Wednesday, 7 days from now. And there have been reports coming out that there is good news, which should mean that we're on schedule and we will reopen next Wednesday. So I actually do have hope. And the government has cucked me before. So you know what they say? It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So if I get cucked this time, I got no one to blame but myself. But I do have hope that we will reopen and I can get back to my bodybuilding style of lifting. I know I literally just made a video saying that power building was the new wave and I'm hopping back on it, but I can't cap. Like I really don't care about strength right now. Like I just don't. Like I go into bench, I go into squat, I do into deadlift. Like it's fun, but I just don't care and I don't want to convince myself to care. I'll eventually hit 315 on bench. And if the gyms don't open next week, I will continue with this power building and, try to get back into it just because like limited equipment. But I just don't want to kind of pretend to care when I really don't. So hopefully we can get back to bodybuilding next week. Obviously, I'm going to keep the content going, even if we do reopen and I switch back to my bodybuilding gym. So that's hella hype. But yeah, I'm going to head to the gym now and then I'll show you all the workout, run you through. This is going to be the first pull day on the channel that's actually going to be programmed. The last pull day I did was kind of just me testing shit out. First program pull day. Let's get it, man. Okay, so we push and pee with this back workout. This is my lat focus day, so that is going to be a majority of the movements will be lat focused. We're going to start with this cable lat pullover here. I am using the rope. As you can see, it's hard to tell, but these yellow ropes, they're super long. So it's like definitely longer than the regular rope. And there's kind of like these two, like they're like circular. So I kind of can like use it as a cuff on my hands. But we do use this as the first exercise to warm up and really get blood flowing in the lats and my back as a whole. A lot of people like to go super light in a lot of reps on here, but I like to work up and do some decently heavy weight on my top sets for this. Just because it's a warm up doesn't mean we got to go super light. The next thing is going to be this kind of neutral grip cable row. You can use like just like the regular handle, not the V-bar handle, but like the wider grip handle. But my gym has like this primed attachment, so I just throw the D handles on there, and then I can get a lot better lat contraction with this. Now you can't really see, but since I am using like the super extended like primed attachment, I do have to kind of sit off the pad. In the next angle, you'll be able to see it. But one thing I wanted to ask you guys, as you can see the pump cover coming off, I want to know if any of y'all know what like obviously on the pump cover it's Wolverine, but like what type of Wolverine is that, right? Like what version of him is it? If you know, leave it down in the comments. I doubt anyone knows, but I just thought I'd ask. But yeah, so as you can see, I have the 45 plates there on the floor just because I'm really kind of sitting back so I can get a full stretch on my lats, just because the cable makes it like super long. So if I was sitting regularly, I wouldn't be able to get full extension. As you can see, I'm letting my upper back round slightly. That's going to do a lot to engage the lats, and I have my wraps on at the top of the D handles. And then all I'm really thinking about here is just driving my elbows completely back. And this is going to fry your lats. So I have the 45 plates down by my feet just in order that like the weight's not pulling me forward and I have something to kind of like brace my legs on. But yeah, that was my top set. Next, we're going to move into like a thickness movement here. As you can see, I do have like 245 plates on the bench just to like anchor it into the ground. And basically, we're just going to do like a chest supported kind of dumbbell row for the mid back here. I mean, if you have access to a full gym, I would probably do something like a T-bar row instead of this, but you know, limited equipment. So here we are. I've seen Chris Bumstead do this quite a lot, and you know, his back's decently thick, so I thought I'd give it a try. I really do like the movement. I wish my arms could come more out at like a 90-degree angle here, just to get like more, you know, rear delt, more upper back, and more kind of thickness like of the traps. But just the way the bench is angled, I do have to tuck my elbows a tiny bit. But yeah, so I think I worked up to it, and just look how juicy my forearms are. I just want to point that out. Like, I don't know, like I'm wearing an XL here, but I'm looking, like my forearms looking pretty meaty. But yeah, so I was really liking this movement, honestly, for kind of like the upper back and the thickness. So this is definitely something you can add into your routine if you're, you know, if you just have dumbbells and like a bench and like nothing, you don't need nothing too crazy to set this up. But yeah, this is going to really target the traps, upper back musculature, and really just want to think of like a rowing into the bench. I think I was doing 65-pound dumbbells here, got it for a set of 12, so I was pretty happy with that. And I thought I'd do some posing. I thought the lats were popping in the oversized. Definitely can see that V-taper coming in. And I really just want to grow my back, so of course we have to throw in the best of all lat movements, the JPG lat pull down, the true lat pull down, bench supported. Now I've seen a couple people when they do this, they throw their chest right up against the bench, and I've kind of found that I like it better sitting off of the bench a little bit. But one thing you don't want to do when you do this is you don't want to lean forward. You want to keep your torso like upright, or else it's just going to become at the same angle as a lat pull down. Like, see, I'm leaning a little bit too forward there, but as I put my hand back on the bench, I kind of straighten up. So you want to make sure that your torso's upright, and then you're pulling your elbow straight down to your side. This is pretty much the full range of motion. You don't need your elbow to go back behind your torso. That's not really going to engage any more of your lats than if you just, you know, stop that like kind of your midline of your back. So we took the pump cover off, again, the second pump cover, and exposing the back here. As you can see, the lats are just firing on this. And as I'm looking at it from the back angle, I do think I might be leaning a little bit too much to one side. You don't really want to lean over excessively. This is a slight lean, so I think it's okay. But as you watch me do it on the other side, I think there's a little bit too much lean. So the next time I do this, I'm going to make sure I kind of stay more straight. But yeah, this has been my go-to for the lats. Honestly, it just feels amazing. I just feel my lat completely light up when I do this. Now, I didn't record my top set, but I did end up actually stacking this cable on my top set. But you're just going to have to take my word for it because, like I said, I didn't record it. So really getting stronger on this movement and really, like, you know, improving the mind-muscle connection with my back as a whole. I've just seen incredible growth in my lats and in my back once I started implementing this. And you guys are going to see right now, like, I think I'm evolving low key, and like the lighting was pretty good, and I wasn't even like kind of angling it properly, but like just peep the wings and peep the girth on me right now. I'm like 188.5 in the morning. We're going to push this bulk to I want to say 210 probably sometime next year. And I think my back has just exploded since I've used like proper technique on everything and really tried training like with my anatomy. Next for biceps, spider curls here, nothing too insane. Then the next is going to be these kind of behind you curls, or like drag curls a little bit. Watching this back, the first like 6 reps were really good. And as you see here, my elbow, like when I get about halfway up, my elbow is shooting forward. So I definitely need to keep that in mind and not do that again, because you don't want your elbow to come forward on this movement in particular. So just some notes to take down. Watch this lighting do me absolutely dirty. I'm literally washed out. I look like I don't even lift in this vid, but hammer curls. Now these dumbbells do have like the fat grips on them. It's kind of hard to see, but that's just going to engage more of your forearm. I don't even really count hammer curls as like a bicep movement. I just count it kind of as like a half bicep, half forearm. But yeah, I just can't go over how bad this lighting is. Like, it completely washed me out, and it's pretty depressing to watch. So we're gonna go to the next clip, and it's gonna be these rear delt cable flies. This is really all I do for rear delts. You're gonna get a lot of rear delt engagement when you work your upper back muscles. So this is kind of like the only isolation exercise I would say I do for rear delts. You just want that cable kind of like eye level, and then you're going to pull it down just about to your side while you're keeping your elbow locked in place. Probably my go-to rear delt exercise, and the only one I do, specifically targeted for the rear delt, because on like most of your like not neutral grip, overhand grip rowing, you're going to get rear delts in there. And then lastly, we're going to finish up with these forearm curls, just 15 reps each side for like 3 total sets. Get a juicy pump, flex your forearms in between your sets. And you guys know I use wraps on all of my back movements, and I still have decent forearms. How? It's because I train my forearms. You guys need to be training forearms. Nothing too insane. I had hammer curls and I have these wrist curls here. I'm going to call it a day. Another day I would probably do a different type of wrist curl and like rope hammers. That's all you need, but that's going to wrap it up for the workout.
All right, so post-workout here, I'm having a bunch of like white regular potatoes, and then 4 chicken thighs, and then I think it's like a half loaf of bread just cut up there. Post-workout meal, I know it looks a little bland, but you do want your post-workout meal to be something very like easily digesting, like potatoes and like chicken. I know a lot of people do like something like very high sugar, like cereal, and then whey isolate protein, just because that's even more quick digesting. I've thought about it. I've never really tried it, but I probably will try it in the future, having that directly post-workout, just because that's when like kind of your muscles are like primed to absorb nutrients. So you don't really want things too complex like vegetables that have like fiber and stuff. You kind of just want a majority of protein and carbohydrates, just so that you can hit the muscle and get that recovery process started right post-workout. So I don't really track. As you can see here, I have like 4 medium-sized chicken thighs, but I don't really track my calories, and I don't really weigh anything out directly. The reason for that is, someone with my experience, I know kind of what I need to do to push myself to gain weight. As you guys know, I have kind of like a smaller appetite. So for me, cutting is easy, gaining weight and bulking is not as easy. But the way that I've been progressing with my weight gain is kind of just been taking mental notes and knowing how much I have to eat without actually counting the calories. In the future, I'm going to count my calories, and just so I can make full day of eating videos. And if my weight ever plateaus where I'm not gaining weight, and it's like I kind of can't seem to break the plateau, like just mentally by myself, then of course I will have to track calories, and I will have to, start weighing out all my food again. One thing I want to do though is just make sure I'm getting enough protein. So when I track my calories, I'm probably going to make a full day of eating sometime next week, and then I'll track my calories there, and I'll have the whole macro split for you guys. But yeah, if you find yourself not able to find results and not able to get results while working out, whether that's gaining or losing weight, then obviously you have to take it as serious enough to track your calories and track your macros. So that's just what I would suggest. Someone my level, if I can progress and I see progression without doing it, then I don't really need to. But once I stop seeing progression, and once I start seeing, a plateau, then definitely will get back onto it, no hesitation.
All right, so it's later in the day now, about to wind down for bed. So you know what that means. Scoop and a half whey isolate protein going down. I'm actually going to add in also like this little cup of Greek yogurt. Next week when I do up my protein intake, I probably will end up keeping that in as my full day of eating, but you guys will see that in a future video. And then also I'm having these like 3 little like kind of like cookie things that my grandmother makes. They're super blessed. It's literally like dough
and there's like assorted like nuts and like peanuts and stuff, and then like Nutella on it, so like it tastes blessed. But the reason why I'm adding that in is because I'm a little short on calories today, because I did have to skip my pre-workout meal because my stomach was, I don't know what was going on, but my stomach was literally destroyed. So I wasn't trying to have that and then take my pre and then head to the gym, because that would have fucked my workout up. So I kind of just skipped the pre-workout meal, and I was like, I'll just make up the calories later in the day. But basically gonna wind that down. Now I'm gonna head to bed, and then I also do have my strawberries. Of course, probably gonna work on a couple like YouTube reels. I'm gonna try to get into reels because they really are nice for the algorithm. Like I posted a reel about like a mass gainer and basically just talking about how to gain weight and like how mass gainers don't really work, and it literally pulled like almost 60k views, and like on YouTube, that's insane. So I need to get back on my reels grind. That's basically gonna wrap it up for the vid. Like I said, man, I'm super excited if gyms can open, because I want to get back into bodybuilding. I want to use all like the optimal ass equipment, all the hammer strength, all the plate loaded stuff, hack squat. Like I want to use everything, and I want to show you guys literally the workouts I'm going to be doing when I have full access to a full gym, and like the bodybuilding style workouts that I do run through. And also the gym that got closed down was literally my new gym. Like I was in that new gym for like 2 days, then it got closed. So I'm excited to show y'all the gym in general, and to show y'all my actual like workouts that I actually want to do, not just shit that I have to do because, you know, limited equipment. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, rating, subscribe if you are new. I told y'all I'm back with the content, and I'm not missing. Every single week I'm dropping a vid. So I'm probably not going to make all my videos like this like vlog style, workout style. Like some of them are probably gonna be like educational, some of them will be in-depth and all that stuff, but I'm just rocking with these types of videos now. So if you have any other like type of videos you want me to make covering any topics like information and that stuff, leave it down below. But I am just enjoying documenting kind of my journey on a day-to-day basis. If you watch to the end, appreciate you, and peace.